Hope all of you are fine and safe. Again, today we are back here with our online classes. So, before we start this online class in physics, so let me tell you that what we have discussed in our offline class. So, in offline classes, we are in the second chapter, that is the physical quantities and measurement, and we have completed many things. I have explained you many things in this chapter, and the last portion is left behind. So we'll discuss it today. That is about the measurement of temperatures. So what are the things which we have discussed in our offline classes, that is in our school, is about the term measurement and what are the different units for measurement, what are the different and also the CGS unit, the SI unit, about the physical quantities, fundamental quantities, and about the mass, area, all these things we have discussed it, and how to calculate the area of a body, how to find the mass of the body, what are the different instruments to measure the mass of the body. Okay, so all these things we have dealt in our offline classes. So now today we will come to the last portion of this chapter, that is, we will discuss it today, the measurement of temperatures. How to measure the temperatures and what is temperatures, we will discuss it today. Now when we come to the term temperature, the temperature, when we define temperature, it is the degree of hotness or coldness of the body. The temperature is defined as hotness or coldness of the body, which means that hotter body has got higher temperature, colder body has got lower temperature. So that means this temperature can be measured both in a hotter body as well as in a colder body. So that means we can say that temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness of the body. And the temperature is measured by an instrument called thermometer. Thermometer is an instrument to measure the temperatures. So now this is the diagram of a thermometer. And this thermometer, it comprises a glass bulb. Glass bulb is the outermost portion, this one, the outer part. This is the glass bulb, and inside there is a very thin tube is there, which is made up of glass, and this tube is known as the capillary tube. A very thin tube is there inside the glass bulb, known as the capillary tube, and inside the capillary tube a liquid is filled on it, that is, the liquid is mercury. So inside the capillary tube there is a mercury. And the mercury, it rises as the temperature increases, it gets more, the mercury, it rises inside the capillary tube. And whatever the level of mercury which rises inside the capillary tube will give the temperature of a body. Okay? And now this one is the glass bulb, and this one is the known as the capillary tube. The inside portion is the capillary tube. Okay, and there is a lock outside. Okay, there is some sort of ring-like a structure here, known as the lock, and inside it is filled with the mercury. And there is a mark given there, and this mark, you can see this mark here, and this mark is known as the graduated mark. This is known as the graduated mark, and this mark has got a scales here. Okay, starting from 0 to 100. Okay, 0 to 100 is there, and this level, and whatever level of mercury it rises inside the capillary tube will give the temperature. So that means you can see here the level of the mercury is just above the 10. Okay, and it is just below 20. So you can say here that is 10. Okay, then here it's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So the level of mercury is here. So that means the level of mercury is between 10 and 20. It's between 10 and 20. So that means 10 and 20 means the level, since the mercury, the level of the mercury is between 10 and 20. So you can read the temperature, okay, between 10 and 20, because the mercury is here. The mercury hasn't crossed 20, the temperature of the mark of 20, okay, and the mercury has crossed the level 10, and it lies between 10 and 20. So this way you can, as the level of the mercury it rises, you can find the temperature. And here in this capillary on this bulb inside, there is some sort of device there known as the kink, K-I-N-K. This is known as the kink. Here there is one device known as the kink, or known as the constriction. We call it as a constriction. Okay, some sort of this kind of structure. Okay, which is curved, that is present inside this capillary tube. Now this kink or the constriction, they plays a very important role here. Now once the level of mercury it rises, the mercury will not fall back into the capillary tube. That means it will not, once the level of mercury rises, it remains there, it remains intact, it doesn't fall. Okay, now this level of mercury is the falling of mercury will be prevented by a constriction or kink which are present on this capillary tube. Okay, so this capillary tube, on this capillary tube there is one device known as the kink, or also known as the constriction. Okay, kink or the constriction which prevent the backward flow of mercury into the glass bulb. And the second point is here, the scales. Okay, and always the scales which has been given on this thermometer are measured in a unit called the degree. Okay, they are measured in degree. So I can write a 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, 40 degree, 50 degree, 60 degree, 70 degree, 80 degree, 90 degree, and 100 degree. So that means now these scales which has been marked here from 0 to 100, these scales are measured in a unit called the degree. Okay. And there are the three scales. Three scales are there in the thermometer. One is the Celsius scale. Number one is the CELSIUS, Celsius scale, SCAL scale. Second one is the Fahrenheit scale, FAHRENHIET, Fahrenheit scale. And third one comes the Kelvin scale, KELVIN, Kelvin scale. So there are the three scales in the thermometer. One is the Celsius scale, second one is the Fahrenheit scale, and third one is the Kelvin scale. And the Celsius scale can be written in degree C, that is degree Celsius, and other one is degree Fahrenheit. Okay, and Kelvin scale is written as only K. It is not written in degree, it is written as K. And the SI unit of temperature, since the temperature has got three scales here, Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale, and the Kelvin scale. And the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin scale. SI unit means the system international unit of temperature is Kelvin scale. Though there are three scales, but the standard unit of temperature we call it, we take as a Kelvin scale. But apart from that, but mostly we use it mostly the temperature can be measured, okay, in Celsius scale as well as in a Fahrenheit scale. Okay, but rarely we use this Kelvin scale, though the SI unit temperature is Kelvin scale. Okay, now and the other point is there. After this, the Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale, and the Kelvin scale. Now we'll come to the fixed point. The 2 points are there. One is the upper fixed point, and other one is the lower fixed point. The upper fixed point and the lower fixed point. Now what are these? Lower fixed point is known as the ice point. Lower fixed point is known as the ice point. Okay? And this ice point, lower fixed point is the ice point, okay, or we call it as a melting point. We call it as a melting point. And other one is the upper fixed point known as the boiling point. Okay, boiling point. So there are the two points in a thermometer. One is a ice point and the boiling point. And this ice point is known as the lower fixed point. Boiling point is known as the upper fixed point. So in a Celsius scale, the ice point or melting point is taken as 0 degrees Celsius. In a Celsius scale, the lower fixed point or the ice point is taken as the 0 degrees Celsius, and the upper fixed point or boiling point is taken as 100 degrees Celsius. So that means in the Celsius scale, lower fixed point is 0 degrees Celsius, upper fixed point is 100 degrees Celsius. Okay? And in the Fahrenheit scale, the lower fixed point, that is the ice point or the melting point, is considered and is taken as 32 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, 32 degree Fahrenheit. That means the ice point or the lower fixed point in a Fahrenheit scale is taken as 32 degree Fahrenheit. And the boiling point, okay, or the upper fixed point is taken as 212 degree Fahrenheit. So there is a difference in the scales, okay, so in a Celsius scale as well as the Fahrenheit scale. So in a Celsius scale, the lower fixed point is 0 degrees Celsius, upper fixed point 100 degrees Celsius. In a Fahrenheit scale, the lower fixed point is 32 degree Fahrenheit and the upper fixed point is 212 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, so these are the two scales in which we can measure. And the next point, the Celsius scale is divided into 100 equal parts. The Celsius scale is divided into 100 equal parts. 100 equal parts means from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. So that means it has divided into 100 equal parts. Whereas in a Fahrenheit scale, it is divided into from 32 degree Fahrenheit to 212 degree Fahrenheit. It is divided into 180 equal parts. That means Fahrenheit scale is divided into how many parts? 180 parts it has been divided, and Celsius scale is divided into 100 parts. Okay, so these are the lower fixed point, upper fixed point, and the Celsius scale has been divided into 100 equal parts, as well as the Fahrenheit scale are divided into 180 equal parts. So these are the scales. And also, when we consider, that means in a Celsius scale, the normal temperature is considered as 37 degrees Celsius. In a Celsius scale, the normal temperature is considered, normal temperature of the human body is considered as 37 degrees Celsius, as well as in a Fahrenheit scale, the normal temperature of a body is taken as 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. So this is the normal temperature of a human body, which is measured in a Celsius scale is 37 degrees Celsius, as well as in a Fahrenheit scale it is 98.4 degree Celsius. Is it clear? So therefore, now these are the scales, okay, which has been given in the Celsius scale as well as in the Fahrenheit scale. Now the next point is there. Now in case of, now why the mercury is used? You can use water also, you can use other liquid also, but why this mercury is used? Means it has got plenty of advantage. Number one advantage is there. It can measure a very low temperature, since the freezing point of mercury is minus 39 degree Celsius and the boiling point is 357 degree Celsius. So that means it can record a very low temperature. That means a low temperature of minus 39 degrees Celsius. It can record a very high temperature of 357 degrees Celsius. So it has got that advantage. But other liquid does not have this advantage. Okay, they cannot record a very low temperature as well as a very high temperature. And next point is here. This mercury does not stick to the wall of the glass bulb. It does not stick. Whereas the water, they stick to the wall of the glass bulb. And the rise of temperature is uniform. Uniform means it will not rise at once. Slowly it will rise. The level of mercury rises slowly depending upon the rise in temperature. So that means the rise of mercury is uniform, okay, and the mercury has got a very low freezing point, that is minus 39 degrees Celsius, and a very high boiling point, 357 degrees Celsius. It does not stick to the glass. The expansion of mercury is uniform. So all these reasons, for this reason, the mercury is used as a liquid, okay, in a thermometer. And the next point will come to the types of thermometer. There are three types of thermometer. One is a clinical thermometer, other one is a digital thermometer, and other one is a laboratory thermometer. Now the clinical thermometer, these are the thermometers which are used by the doctors to find the temperature of a human body. These are used by the doctors, or you can keep it at home also. Okay, this clinical thermometer, they are not only by the doctors. You can use yourself. Okay, you can use by yourself also to measure the temperature. So clinical thermometer. Now this clinical thermometer are also measured in a Celsius scale. In clinical thermometer also there are the two scales. One is the Celsius scale, other one is the Fahrenheit scale. And in a Celsius scale, now it measures this clinical thermometer will measure a very short range of temperature. A short range of temperature means it can measure the temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 43 degrees Celsius. 35 degrees Celsius to 43 degrees Celsius. So that means this clinical thermometer will measure a very short range of temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 43 degrees Celsius. Okay, because now the human body, the temperature of the human body will not go beyond 43 degrees Celsius. So that is why the human body, the temperature of the human body will remain, okay, will remain up to 35 to 43 degrees Celsius. It does not, it will not exceed above 43 degrees Celsius. So therefore, this clinical thermometer is used to measure a very short range of temperature. So that is why 35 to 43 means, that means in case of a clinical thermometer, that means in a Celsius scale, the normal temperature of human body is considered as 37 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now, the next point is here, that is the Fahrenheit scale, and in the Fahrenheit scale, the normal temperature is 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. So this is about the clinical thermometer. Next one comes the digital thermometer. And this digital thermometer, nowadays, instead of using this clinical thermometer, the doctors, they use digital thermometer. Okay, now the digital thermometer does not have mercury on it. Okay, and it is very safe to use also. Okay, because this clinical thermometer, since it is made up of glass, if it falls, it will break. Okay, so the care should be taken while using the clinical thermometer. So nowadays, instead of using the clinical thermometer, the doctors, they use the digital thermometer. So the digital thermometer, they produce a sound, a big sound it will produce when it is placed inside your tongue, okay, or the armpit. So normally to measure the temperature of a human body, the thermometer is placed inside your mouth, that is your tongue, okay, under your tongue or under your armpit. So when these digital thermometer are placed under your armpit or under your tongue, after 1 minute, a big sound will produce that. So it means that the temperature has been recorded there. Okay. So this way the digital thermometer is used instead of using the clinical thermometer, because it is very safe to use, and since it does not have mercury. Other one is there, that is the laboratory thermometer. Now this laboratory thermometer can record a temperature from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, laboratory thermometer can record the temperature from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. So that means it can measure the temperature from this range up to this range, minus 10 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. The laboratory thermometer can be used. So these are kept in a lab, okay, in different labs, in order to find the temperature of that particular place or particular room. So there are three different kinds of thermometer. One is a clinical thermometer, digital thermometer, and another one is a laboratory thermometer. Okay. Now this is about the thermometer. Okay. In the next class, I will explain you about the relation between the Celsius scale and the Fahrenheit scale. Thank you.